clip. Where he's like, he's gay, but he's there are many interesting things about him.
If we don't get the mugshot out of this, then again, what's this all been about? What's the point? Need the mugshot.
I agree. I'm really sad about it.
The pictures today are at least funny. Do you see the one where he's like sitting in court?
I've not seen that one.
Just look mad.
I saw the one with him.
The ones where
the Black Power fist salute. I saw him do that.
Going in.
Like the wave. Like those are funny. He's just a funny individual. Just a funny man.
Why do you think we keep bringing him up?
He's not. He's an unserious man.
I love you, but you're unserious people. You guys watch Succession?
I don't.
No. I've seen the meme though. I have it saved in my camera roll.
I've also seen the meme.
Well, very good season so far of Succession. Very season of Red Sox baseball so far, as we welcome into another edition.
Well, good and bad.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. That for those who may not remember, because he's back after an absence. That's Toe Fixed, aka Jake. Jake, toe update.
Yep. Toe fixed.
Oh, there it is.
Saw my podiatrist and she cleaned me up. She did a great job.
So it doesn't hurt to walk anymore.
No.
At all?
No, I'm a new man.
Pain-free?
I'm a new man, yeah.
That's great. They didn't even have to amputate. Now, you made the astute observation, just to clarify to people. I think you made this the last time you were on, so 2 weeks ago. It's actually multiple toes here that we're talking about. It wasn't just one toe.
Both.
Yeah, that kind of got lost in the jokes, but it was actually people should actually feel worse than me than they did. Feel worse for me than
twice as worse, actually, if we're gonna put a specific number on it. Double worse. Yeah, all the my big toes. All the sympathy you felt for Jake. Why don't you go ahead and bump that up twofold there?
Yeah, and I sent you guys the nail they dug out of me.
Yeah, that was uncalled for. You didn't need to do that.
A little foul. A little foul.
It didn't look like anything. Well, it's not gross.
No,
the picture.
Oh, it was gross. It was folks. Don't get it twisted.
Looked like a chunk of skin. Really.
Yeah, but that was under my skin, and it was causing me immense pain every moment. Every day.
I can imagine.
The scales
the size of a pebble.
Yeah, right. The scales that you shoot off of dragons in Breath of the Wild. It looked like one of those, but like really small, not as big as those scales. It'd be horrifying if it was that big, because that'd be like the size of your head.
Fitz clearly still on that Zelda grind. That's a crazy
I am.
To make.
Yes. Well, because I haven't finished it yet because the show has gotten into the way. Which that's
only
a good
6
transition.
Years too late.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's me with a lot of things.
The new game is coming out, I guess. The new game comes out in a month.
Yeah, and I won't be getting that at launch, but I will be getting it at some point. Video games, movies, a lot of TV shows. I am like 4 years behind it, so I'm very excited to get into the discourse about the 2019 Oscars. If we're talking like Bohemian Rhapsody, if we're talking Green Book, I'll get into all of that in about 2 weeks' time at the rate I go with. But no, the show has impeded a little bit of my Zelda work. I still have to go and fight Ganon, which is a good transition to Mr. Fantasy, a.k.a. hashtag Chang Gang. We could talk about Yu Chang getting into the starting lineup. Tonight, Tuesday, is you're listening to this Wednesday or beyond, but we're recording this on Tuesday. But Liam, show update. Is it downloaded? Have you been able to build a respectable enough of a squad? Because I'm chomping at the bit to kick your ass in MLB The Show.
So yes, I played a bit of it over the weekend. I need to get back on the grind, but played a bunch of like those team affinity moments, a bunch of the WBC moments. So just sort of testing the waters first. Really,
a lot of grinding
really
for the WBC.
You play any of that Negro League mode yet, Liam?
I did the like first Satchel Paige one, which was pretty cool.
But nothing more.
I haven't got. That's all. I haven't played. I've played maybe a total of 2 hours.
Something to think about for our listeners.
Yeah, right. Hasn't completed. I haven't completed it either. But apparently, it's like a huge boost. If you complete it, you get this 95 Buck O'Neil. But if you put all of them in the same team together, they get like crazy boosts together. It's like almost like an instant God Squad. Yeah, basically, right? Whoa! Call the Negro League players the Monstars. Mr. Fantasy just
They were
showing his
really
ass
good.
over
They were-
here.
They're really good. They're really good. They're that good.
How many Negro League teams were there at its peak?
Oh God, like a ton, because the Negro, there were multiple. Like it was, like wasn't fully. How's the best way to explain this, Liam? Like obviously multiple Negro leagues across the country, and there were a lot of them were like barnstormers too. You know what I mean? It was like
Yeah, like
I mean, there were a lot.
I guess like the league itself survived
I'm seeing
for
now.
like 2 to
I
3
see now.
decades, but like in terms of teams, like the Homestead Grays, they were in DC, then they were in Pittsburgh, but like
Yeah.
Pittsburgh also had the Crawfords, so it's like there were teams all over the place. It was just a matter of were they financially able to either stay in that location.
What I'm
or...
seeing here is there was a big four that existed for most of the early century. That'd be the Chicago American Giants, the Kansas City Monarchs, the Memphis Red Sox, and the Birmingham Black Barons.
Yeah, I mean
Shout
those
out
are some
Red
of
Sox.
the famous ones. Yeah,
Yeah, they were around for like 30 years each. Most of them.
and then
Funny,
from
though,
there,
the-
like they go from place to place, whichever teams were kind of kicking around at the time. There,
Yeah.
The Memphis Red Sox, I believe, were actually terrible. So it's like shocking that they lasted that long. I believe. Do you have their records?
We've been
on
here
hand,
all.
Jake?
We've been
I
here
do
all
not
this
have
time.
the record on.
Nah, it's okay. But no,
I was
like
gonna
Baltimore had a couple. The Black Sox, they had the Elite Giants. Roy Campanella played in Baltimore.
I really want to go to
The
the
list
Negro
go-
League
list goes on
Museum
and on.
in Kansas City.
Dude, me
Same,
too. I've never
so
been.
bad.
I've never been to. I've never been.
Once
to-
they put that,
I've never been to
once
Kansas
they move move the Royals downtown, we'll make a trip.
Yeah, have you seen that new
Sure.
park? Like the
Yeah,
complex?
it
the
looks
renderings
cool.
are
And
cool.
they're capping a bunch of the freeway that cuts the city in half. If they do the park, so that's good.
For someone who hasn't been to Kansas City, you know a lot about Kansas City infrastructure.
Well, I'm passionate about capping and getting rid of freeways that
You're passionate about
That-
capping? You're capping, dog?
that cut through cities.
That is so cap, Junior. But no, I feel it.
Jake
Yeah.
hates Jake hates redlining.
No,
This is
yeah,
this is an
not
anti.
for it. Yeah, this is an anti-redlining. It's a positive redline on the T podcast. That redline
Sure,
is
we
cool.
love transit. We love transit.
The verb to redline, not a fan.
No good.
The
Not.
proper
No,
noun,
not here.
cap-
Not
we'll
here.
take
capital
that,
R
yeah, we'll
space
take that
capital L.
stance.
Yes.
We'll
yeah,
take
just
that
want to
stance.
clarify. Make sure that there's no.
Actually, Fitz redlining is one word.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm differentiating that like capital R red
the capital we
space
like.
capital L. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Just
Good.
want to make sure we're all on the same.
Okay.
No confusions on this podcast. I am Bryce Brents, aka Fitz, and this is Pod on Lansdowne. Thanks for tuning in to this episode, first episode of the new season, the new 2023 season of the Boston Red Sox. Ever heard of them? Do we want to just get right into it, fellas? I mean, we've played a handful of games. There's a lot to talk about regarding this team, so I think we should just dive in.
There's been a lot of good. There's been a lot of bad.
Yeah,
So
I
let's
think the
get-
most fascinating aspect is like it's pretty much offense good, pitching bad. It might be it's as simple as that.
So
right
maybe
now,
there's
really.
not a lot to go into. It's really that simple.
It's really that simple, guys.
Because listen, again,
They've
we
had-
have. What are you saying, Liam?
I was gonna say like they've had one decent start, and that's from Houck, and he only went 5 innings, right? He still gave up 3 runs in that 5th inning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he went 6, but
That's
at least
not even
like,
a quality start.
it's not even a quality start.
Even though it was like
They
a
cut across-
pretty quality start, like it wasn't official. It wasn't a capital Q quality,
was
capital
like-
S start.
Great for a swingman type like Houck. I'll take that every
Nobody's
day.
ever been a reliever more than Tanner Houck.
So you're on the put Tanner Houck in the bullpen. Okay.
Well, dude, we're going on 3 years now where it's like, yeah, he mows down the lineup like the first
2
one
times.
and a half times. And then it's that third time. I think the
Their-
team's OPS
the
against him
OPS is like over
1100.
1,000.
Yeah, like read. I mean, it's not that hard to understand.
it is a drastic jump whenever he gets to the third
Yeah.
time. And
I
sometimes
think
you could say like, oh, is that fluky? Is it this? Is it that? But like there's enough
it's
of
3
a sample
years
size
now. He's
yeah,
been
exactly.
around. Yeah.
So again,
Two-
very
2
effective though during those first. He was cruising for the first 4 innings or so, and really
he looked great in the first 4
looked
innings.
fantastic.
Like,
and really,
like, who is this guy compared to spring training?
really, it was just a matter of Baltimore. This is on Sunday. This is a matter of the 2 mistakes that Houck made were completely taken advantage of. The 2 home runs he gave up were 2 cookies, but he didn't really have too many other mistakes, like glaring mistakes outside of that. It was just unfortunate that both of them were sent out of the yard and let Baltimore back into the game briefly. Other than that, you're right, a pretty good start. I mean, again, he was cruising first 80% of his start. But yeah, just to go back to the overall point of pitching bad, offense good. What was the stat that was sent into our group chat earlier today from Red Sox Stats?
I
trying
got
to
it.
pull
Oh
it
yeah,
up
in terms
here.
of like pitches over the middle of the plate, like
Okay,
they're getting hit
yeah.
the hardest.
Red Sox, and again, this is at Red Sox Stats. Red Sox starting pitchers have been punished by the Orioles and Pirates on pitches they have left over the heart of the plate, and it's a graph here, folks. It's a graph. Which one's the up and down one? Is that the y-axis and across is the x? Right? Horizontal is
know.
x-axis?
I was
thank
never
you.
good at math.
I was awful at math. That's why I asked.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, appreciate it, Liam, there. So the x-axis is slugging percentage, y-axis is batting average, and my goodness gracious, the the Red Sox pitchers on pitches over the heart of the plate, let's just call it right down the dick, hitters against the Red Sox are 18 for 28, 8 singles, 2 doubles, 8 home runs. You don't want to
think
be
the
in the
important
top...
thing, and
you don't want to be up in the upper right, and the Red Sox are in the extreme upper right. Just so they're in a
Yeah.
class of their own here.
And I think the important thing here is, for the listeners that you can't see this, but not a single other team, as far as for pitches over the heart of the plate, no team is being punished like the Red Sox. The highest batting average is not even 500. The Red
Probably like
Sox is like
475?
650. Yeah, and the slugging, no team is over
Like
1,000, and the Red Sox are about at 1,600. So
Yes. So.
it's
Now there's a
pretty
couple
bad.
ways to look at this, right, Liam? You could say like obviously it's been horrible, and going back like this obviously doesn't lie, but you actually watch it. Kluber, the home runs he gave up, like that one to Adley, and then who was it? Urias? He gave up 2
Urias
home runs
took him
on
deep,
opening
yeah.
day. Both of those right down the heart of the plate, right, middle or middle up, able to elevate that. Sale, same deal. You saw Cutter Crawford just leave some on a fucking platter for Brian Reynolds and company Monday night.
I'm here to defend Cutter Crawford's first inning last night though, because they didn't hit anything hard off him. I mean, if you look at
Well, yeah, and then what happened?
He got in the first inning. Cruz flew out to center, and then Reynolds fisted one that Kike nearly had.
Yeah,
then he had Devers with the wind. So I mean, they weren't hitting anything hard off him on the first inning, but it was
after that. Well,
then they
we're
kind
not
of
talking about that. Right
I would have been rattled after a first.
He got
inning like
a little
like,
bad
fuck
bips.
this.
He got a little bad
Yes.
to death, and
sure.
I wasn't able to really watch much of the game. I was busy Monday night. But having gone back and looked, reading the game summary on overthemonster.com, shameless little plug, and just looking back, there was some raw stuff there for Crawford, but stuff doesn't do anything for you if you can't command it. And he, wasn't able to command it when, facing a Brian Reynolds, who had 2 home runs on the day, things like that. So there's multiple ways to look at that. Obviously, leaving stuff over the heart of the plate, not great, and obviously teams are expected to take advantage of that, and that's exactly what they've done. The Red Sox being so far up in this upper right quadrant of this graph, it is jarring to see them up there. Hopefully this is like just the extreme. Maybe things kind of come down a little bit. Maybe mistakes aren't like punished this severely going forward. I don't know. Maybe it comes back towards the middle of the pack, and they're not clobbered as much. Although it is a little discouraging to see right off to start the year. Any sort of mistake in terms of location being taken advantage of. But again, maybe it maybe it kind of comes back towards the median, towards the middle in that group of other teams. About 750, 800 slugging, things like that. So again, two sort of takeaways you could take from that.
I'm here to provide silver linings today. That's going to be my role.
Let's hear
As far as like Kluber and Sale go, I mean, Kluber never walks guys. Like there was a historically awful start if you look at his entire career on opening day.
Was it 4 walks? I think
it was like 4 walks. He'd maybe done that once in his career, like 4 walks in a single start. So I don't expect that to continue. And then as far as Sale goes, he was striking guys out. It was just, like everybody else in the rotation right now, if he's missing his spot, they're absolutely destroying it. So yeah, I'm not really worried about Kluber or Sale. Cutter and Houck, those guys are going to shuttle between the bullpen and the rotation all year. I don't think that's a surprise.
Especially when Bayo and Whitlock are back being healthy.
Once Whitlock comes back, like he's taking Crawford's spot as far as I'm concerned. Maybe even Houck's. I mean, but Bayo, Mata, Walter, Jake, we were talking about this at the game last night. Like there are arms in AAA that like, if Crawford and Houck keep getting turns in the rotation and it's not working out, like they have other guys that can try. So we're only 4 in.
Well, I'm not going to
hit the panic button.
Something has gone terribly wrong if these guys are getting like tons of reps in the rotation.
Oh yeah, like last year when you were running Wink and Seabold and Crawford out there.
If you're healthy, these are relievers.
Right, and it's like you maybe see them once in a blue moon if they're going like 6-man rotation. But
and that's the trickle down effect.
James Paxton also confirmed real today. He pitched.
He's a real boy.
Liam and I think he may not really exist.
I've never seen him.
We're gonna see him. Only Mariners fans can see him up until today, and Yankees
fans.
fans.
You have to like rub my eyes the moment I see him in person for the first time.
Gotta take a double take. Yeah. But with the thin pitching rotation, obviously not to explain the obvious, but that has a trickle down effect. Shout out Ronald Reagan on the bullpen, because that's why we're seeing fucking Ryan Brazier and Caleb Ward in 1-run games, So
he was good though.
Credit to the bullpen.
Ort's been fine after the first game. I'm not giving any single shred of credit to Ryan Brazier. Miss me with that. Absolutely not.
Yeah, Liam, the bullpen's actually been really good.
Yeah, outside of opening day, like those guys are fine. Chris Martin looks great. Yeah. Kenley was pumping 97 on Saturday.
Bullpen was great outside of opening day. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play?
Well, that's 3 days of solid pennage.
3 of 4. 3 of 4. I'll take it.
Dickie D looked solid, and I had no qualms there.
I will give a hat tip to everybody in the bullpen except the RB man. I'm not falling for it again. He had a nice little stretch of like 2 or 3 weeks last year after a tough stretch. Oh yeah, he's having tough little go for Big Brazier. But he had a stretch for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I don't know if it was you, Jake, or you, Liam, last year being like, oh, maybe Brazier's turning a new leaf here. And I'm like, I'm not buying this.
It definitely wasn't me.
Not doing it.
That doesn't sound like
not
me.
Doing it. Maybe it was me. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I was trying to convince myself that things were getting better, and it just went to shit. So I'm not taking it this time. I'm not taking the bait. But yeah, shout out to everybody else in the bullpen. It would just be nice to have some depth in there, so you're not relying in a 1-run game. On Brazier. I don't care if he's had a couple, relatively good outings as of late.
I think Jake came up with a great. Oh, go ahead, Jake.
No, no, you say. Please give me credit for being brilliant. I'll never stop someone.
I was going to say when we were at the game Monday night, Jake came up with a great nickname for Zach Kelly in the event that he also turns out to be a dud like Brazier. So, Jake, why don't you take it away with that one?
More like Zach Smelly, but he's been good. He's been good so far, so I haven't had to whip that out yet.
More like Whack Kelly.
I also think that we should, especially if they're going to be like the guys, hopefully for the next whatever. I mean, hopefully the next decade, but Whitlock and Bayo, I propose that when referring to them, we can shorten it to Baylock, and you could just sort of refer to them together. Like
Like
I can't
they're a
wait till
celebrity
Baylock.
couple.
No, like you ever seen All the President's Men?
Yes.
I watched it the other night, so this is fresh on my mind.
Great movie.
The Ben Bradley, the editor of the Post, he refers to Carl Bernstein and Bob Woodward as Woodstein. Like
Not Deep Throat.
and then that calls them both into his office. So I think we
Yes.
should have Baylock.
Yeah, it's like a US Weekly or like one of those tabloids being like,
Yeah.
Baylock spotted at Boston's hottest club over the weekend. Rumors of a fiery romance between the two. People magazine thrown in there. An unnamed source
Also,
has confirmed the
makes
relationship.
It makes me very happy that Devers and Bayo are hanging out now, because as we know, Devers and Xander, dear friends, and with Xander gone, I was like, oh, might get kind of lonely, but Bayo, that little Dominican brotherhood there, and they were at Top Golf the other night, so that's maybe a week ago.
Yeah,
That was
very cute.
terrific. Yeah,
Friendship
we
ended
love
with
Brian. And
Xander. Now Brian
we
is
love
my
Brian
best friend.
Bayo. We love Brian Bayo, folks.
The green X's through Xander's face as he's doing a handshake with Bayo. I think they're making a top golf in Foxborough soon, aren't they?
Oh,
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I've never been to a top golf. Have you been to a top golf, Liam? I've heard they're very fun.
No, I'm not a golf guy.
No.
Oh, I suck at golf, but I would imagine it's pretty fun.
I've got a bad lower back. It's hard to.
Yeah, bad back. Yeah.
I'd rather
Why would you laugh at that? Why would you laugh at that?
I'm
Liam?
not laughing at that. I'm saying
No,
Oh,
Liam
Liam's
laughed.
laughing.
I live in constant pain, and he laughed.
Jake, I'd say we could beat his ass, but I don't want my back to get sore afterwards. You know what I mean? I have to
Exactly.
lay down for
Right.
10 minutes
Pull something.
on a flat, hard surface. I don't want to do that. That's too
My
time
nerve.
consuming.
I got like a pinched nerve back there or something. It locks up on me all the time.
Mine just it's actually gotten better as of late, but every once in a while, I don't know if it's a nerve thing, muscle thing. It just gets sore, man. And then I'm just like, I need to lie down because this is.
If
should,
I'm sitting on the couch,
We should do a
like
live
fat
episode from the chiropractor.
Yeah, right.
That's fake,
Two birds,
by
one
the
stone.
way. If I'm sitting like a fat slob on the couch, like where my back, I don't know how to describe this. Like where my like I'd have my feet on the coffee table, and then like where the chair, where the
You kind of cut
seat
off the right angle a bit of the seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then my back locks and I have to like roll onto the floor.
Yeah,
and
you got to get
can't-
that butt into the corner of the seat. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I know it's not as comfy, but that's what's going to help you out there.
Yeah.
So, but enough about bad pitching. How about good offense? I've been really, really,
Sans
really
Christian
encouraged.
Arroyo.
Sans
Everything's
Christian
great.
Arroyo, right? Which,
Hence the Chang Gang.
Chang Gang.
yeah, right. Chang Yang gets a shot. But I mean, shit, Verdugo's looked great. I've really liked what I've seen from Justin Turner so far.
I know. He really might hit 330 without the shift. Verdugo.
I don't know
I'm
about
not even-
330.
320. I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny.
320 still
it's
sounds like
magical.
you're being funny, but
It's no, Liam. You
there's a
saw it
world
last
where
night,
like
he hit two
300
balls.
count.
Yeah, no, he
think
did.
he
He
does-
did have
I
like
think
two
he does
hits
better than
Monday
that.
night where
I hope so. I hope
He,
you're right.
both balls he hit last night are outs in the shift, but they were nice, clean base hits last night. It was a magical thing.
Liam, what were you saying there?
No, I was gonna say like what Jake just said. They were like two hits last night, Monday night, where those are easy outs last year. So
Do you want him to be the full-time leadoff guy against righties? I know we haven't seen a ton this year, but are you riding with that for the rest of the year? He was bumped down to the 6th hole against Cole Irvin, who's a lefty, on Sunday, but against righties, he's been getting the nods atop the lineup. So do you think that's the right thing to do going forward? Maybe
Yeah,
Yoshida,
I don't know who
who's
else
looked
it would
good.
be.
Yoshida's looked good. Yoshida's looked really good.
I think Yoshida's bat to ball, the fact that he never strikes out is like so valuable, a little deeper into the order. I like
Yeah.
him there.
He's got a nice little
like
amount of
I and then I
And
know
it's not like Verdugo strikes out a ton either. I think he has like a 15%
No, and I know-
strikeout rate for
and
his
that's
career.
and Cassis so far is K-ing, so I'd rather keep him at least for now. Also,
He'll
his
find his
pop
footing. I'm
also-
not worried about fucking Cassis.
No, I'm not
whatsoever.
either.
There's some
But
people who,
I just never. He hits for too much power for me to be like, yeah, lead him off. I don't. I think it's.
nice to have some pop
think
atop
that's a
the
waste.
order, but
I mean,
Verdugo's
listen,
able to
hey,
get
we
on
had
base at a good clip.
Mookie.
You know. Yeah.
Mookie Betts, we miss him.
Well, why'd you do that, man? That made me sad.
Sorry.
One guy who's not going to be hitting leadoff for the most part, it seems like, is Adam Duvall. But that's okay because Adam Duvall is now the best hitter in baseball. It appears, Liam.
Yeah.
This is a weird
Player of the
development,
week.
but I like it.
That's player of the week after 3 games. Adam Duvall.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's they weren't lying, folks, when they were posting his spray chart on Fenway.
He's going to
during
be
the
a
winter.
problem at Fenway.
He might. Yeah, he
And
might be the
he is
first
got a
person that's
massive-
ever worked. He's the first person that's ever worked for.
Was that our short-lived bit saying that he would all caps mash?
Yes.
Is that what we said?
Yeah.
That was the,
Yeah,
the
he's
terminology?
gonna be a problem at Fenway Park.
With the air coming out of the nose emoji, like the like that one.
Yeah.
The looking eyes emoji. But you look at his swing, especially when he connects. That swing, if you were in a factory and you told this baseball lab technician, hey, build me a perfect swing for Fenway Park, that would be the swing. It is like perfectly customized to take advantage of the monster. And you've seen it a couple times already. I mean, the home run ball, the walk-off on Saturday, which I was like deliriously happy after that. You talk about one of the more wild finishes that you could have even to start the year. But that swing, it's really going to play well. And who knows when Trevor Story is back and healthy, whether it's at the All-Star break or August or whenever. Presumably, Kike gets kicked up to center field. Who knows how much of Duvall we see in the second half of the year, but that's a different story for a different time. So far, so good from what I've seen from him, obviously.
Well, no.
No.
You don't think so?
Story
Kike
would just play second.
Stay.
Yeah, he's just gonna stay there.
Oh, you think Kike just gets moved over to second full time?
No.
No,
Kike would
Trevor
stay short.
Story are the second baseman.
Oh, well, yeah, Kike at short then full time.
Yeah, I didn't even think that'd be a question, really.
Well, I mean, if Arroyo gets back on track, potentially you have it in the middle infield.
But I
so
think
far,
even
not
then
the
it's
case.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we were,
no, certainly not right
we
now.
were saying this yesterday, Jake. Like, he's so much more valuable as a bench player than he is as an everyday starter.
He is. I think and there's nothing wrong. Like some guys are bench players. That's
Need some
the
depth
game.
there. Rob Refsnyder is
Yeah.
an excellent fourth outfield option. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like if you give them
defensive
too many at
replacement.
bats, then they get exposed. So
Gotta keep him a secret.
I don't. And then the problem with all of this is that for some reason, Trevor Story, nobody knows anything about his time frame at all.
his timeline's a mystery to me.
We've heard 2-3 months. We've heard a year. We've heard no one knows. Nobody knows when he can play baseball.
I'm
again.
saying
But then,
mentally, I'm preparing for like August 1st. That's what I'm thinking.
That'd be
Mentally, that's where I'm
terrific.
at.
For that
I mean,
playoff push,
after it was
fellas.
That's right.
Jim
Better be there.
McCaffrey said the other day, like he's gonna be throwing in 2 weeks and hitting in 4, or vice versa, something like that. So then people were like, oh, like he's gonna be back by May. I'm not betting on that.
No, because
idea
he's gonna need to get at least
he's gonna
I
have
don't
to
know,
rehab.
call it like 50, 100 ABs. Maybe not that many in terms of rehab. Call it like 50 ABs or so, just to get his feet back to being wet. Just seeing some game competition, he's gonna have to go on a rehab assignment. To at least see some live pitching in game action before we even think about him getting recalled back onto the team.
Yeah.
So,
Come
but anyway,
back,
Adam
Trevor.
Duvall,
Miss
very
you.
very awesome, very cool. And he's a bit of a
Yeah, I love
streaky
him.
hitter. He's had his highs and low streaks. So at some point there may be a time where he goes over a handful of games and isn't really providing too much, and people get frustrated with that. That's just kind of part of his game. It seems like he's going to be steady enough defensively while having his hot and his cold streaks. at the plate. So just to enjoy this
Yeah.
ride he's on right now.
He's Jackie Bradley if Jackie Bradley had several hot streaks during a season as opposed to,
just the
one
1
month.
2 week run where he turns into fucking Mark McGuire. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I learned last night that Adam Duvall is an old man. I figured he was like 30 something, but 37. Whoa.
37. I would have said like 33.
Wait,
That's
what?
also
I thought he was 34.
Maybe I made that up. Fitz, edit this out.
No.
Oh, he is 34.
No, he's 34. Who's 37?
Who's 37? Who am I I don't know. Am I thinking of
Nick
somebody
Pivetta
else?
wears 37.
Oh, Turner's 38. So that's maybe what you were thinking of.
That Turner's old.
How embarrassing.
Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like
No, but
you.
I think, obviously this is a hot streak. We've scored like a minimum of 6 runs
He
through
scored
4
he
games,
scored-
which
Yeah, the
Yeah,
run differential
that's not-
already looks like a football score, the combined line score
That's-
over
yeah,
4 games of the year.
that's not gonna hold. But I think the offense is more than capable, especially when and if Story gets back. I mean, there's like that's
Yeah,
that's
because
a
it's not just
real
one
good-
or two guys contributing to the hit parade.
Yeah, it's a good
they
line.
have. I mean, they had what 3 or 4 home runs Monday night, but before Monday night there weren't a ton of home runs. It was
Speaking of home
a
runs,
lot of doubles, things like that. That's how you're driving guys in station to station, keeping the line moving, stuff like that. That's encouraging to see. You don't want to be completely dependent on the long ball, even if that's how the game has moved over the past 15, 20 years or so. Having home run power is very important, but it's important also to be a dynamic enough of an offense where you're not relying on that. See, for example, the New York Yankees over the last couple of years, way entirely too dependent on the long ball.
speaking of home runs,
They're awesome.
justice for our friend Massa.
Finally.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
No.
yeah, well, justice too. I mean, we need to hunt those people down. The fact that he hasn't gotten the ball yet.
They went home. They took it home.
I know. They gave him multiple offers, and they said no.
You can't
and I
do
hate
that
them.
on a first home run ball. That's such a
we
I
need
get
to-
it.
we need-
I get it for like milestones, like because it's worth money. Like Judges, like if you catch Judges 63rd or whatever, yeah, drive it up. First home run. Don't be an asshole.
I
we gotta
understand
pull
trying to
that
get a
out,
little
too.
something out of the team, but let's
You
let's
don't
be
leave
reasonable
the
here.
park
Let's be-
with that. Ball.
Yeah, let's be reasonable here.
You
Come on.
catch
I know
it. Was that the first inning? They got that in the first. They had 9 innings
Yeah.
to drive that price up. You get it as high as you can go, and then you say, okay. The 9th inning, you say, okay, you can have it.
Yeah.
What a rude awakening to America for Yoshi, land of the free.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck these people. I'm going back. Where they
I was
pass
saying to
around
Liam last
Ohtani
night,
home
it's like
runs in the stands.
in the WBC they pass Otani's ball around, taking selfies with it. The fans in the bleachers in Japan. He gets here, hits his first home run ball, and they go, no, this is ours.
That's mine now. Yeah.
Just two different cultures of watching the game. That
Gotta
fucking
pull your
mindset,
IP.
man. That's tough. Yeah, that
Yeah, that breaks my heart. I'm like legitimately sad for him.
hopefully he has a lot more home run balls that he can send in as souvenirs.
He'll never have his
going
first
forward.
though, Fitz.
Never forget your
Yeah.
first. Never forget your first time. That's what they
No.
always say.
I
Jake,
do. I wish it was public what they offered. I'd love to know.
Well, I know they
They
said
could, like, it's
Wally
like
up
an
there to
NFL draft.
negotiate at one point.
Looking to go- Yeah.
I said to Liam, if I caught that ball, I would say I want really good seats to one game. I don't care. And then like a piece of memorabilia. And that's all I think that's all I would
Yeah, give me
command.
some Johns, and then like it doesn't.
Like
Yeah,
a
like
first
one
career
like a
home run,
signed
like-
That's
bat
fine.
or ball or some shit, and then like front, not even front row, but like really good seats to one
I'd like
game.
a Massa jersey. That'd be nice. You know what I mean? So.
Sure, that too.
Yeah, signed
I mean, I don't
jersey,
think that-
picture with Yoshi.
No,
That's-
it doesn't even
that's-
have to be
that's
signed. It could just be.
Yeah.
Game worn.
That's fine
Yeah,
with me.
I'll take anything.
Jake, you had thoughts
just
on the
thought
pitch
that.
clock, my friend?
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Well, let me say that I have come around a little bit.
Okay, so full disclosure going into this.
No,
Three
no,
days
no,
ago,
no,
Jake
no,
was
please.
ready to drive his car off a bridge over the fucking pitch clock.
He's only saying that because we're the only team in the league that's playing like 3.5-hour games.
Yeah, that's one aspect of it. The Sox haven't played a short game yet.
Yeah, because their football scores in every game. If there was
that's
no
what I'm
pitch clock,
saying.
there'd be 7-hour games.
All right. My thing is, I don't know. This is such a boring discourse by now, really. But I would ultimately like it to be 5 seconds longer. I've kind of given up the crusade for that. But it does, like, I don't know. I don't ever think baseball should feel rushed in that sense. And like sometimes, especially like when guys like foul a pitch or something, it's really quick after that. It's like you don't even get a breath. In certain, and I really don't feel it. Like I was at the game yesterday and I watched Sunday, and like you rarely do you notice it, but when you do notice it, it's like that's kind of.
I haven't really noticed it like at all for the most part, to be honest.
Well, I mean, the Devers thing on opening day was annoying, but
yeah, that was chicken shit, and it happened to Machado today, Tuesday. He put his hand up.
He got ejected.
Manny Machado put his hand up to call time because he saw it was at 8 seconds, but he was in the box. Like, it was the same deal as Devers, tapping the bat on the plate. Like, let's have some comments before I continue with that. Let's have some common sense on that, guys. Like, you see in the NFL when the play clock's running down, it gets to 0, they'll give quarterbacks like another half second to get the ball out. You know what I mean? If a guy's in the box and he's just kind of digging in there and he's clearly ready to go, especially if the pitcher isn't ready to go in the situation with Devers, let that slide. You know what I mean? I think...
Yeah, there's got to be leeway. I mean, I get it from the ump's perspective where you're like, okay, we have to hammer these home, like...
Right, you need to draw the line, but, like, let's... on the same end, like, he's in the box. He's ready to go. He's not fixing his gloves. He doesn't have 1 foot out of the box. You know what I mean? So
he's not doing the Nomar.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure, Liam, side note, the fucking ump who tossed Machado there for arguing it and called it in the first place, Ron Culpa. So, go figure, right?
Oh, sounds about right.
The guy stinks. Guy is awful. Anyways.
Him, Las Diaz, public enemies.
Yeah, God. Don't even get me started on Las Diaz. And as I was saying, there was always going to be some warts, some wrinkles to iron out with this, you know what I mean? For the most part, though, I think it's overwhelmingly fine. I think this is good. This is the rate of play that existed for years.
Yeah, no, I've come to terms with it. It's like, it's annoying that the players couldn't just like self-police it, kind of, and that it got to this point. And I guess this is like a necessary, like I get it.
Yeah, you can have some people whining about it. Chris Martin whining about like the warm-up thing. You know what I mean? Like that makes a little bit more sense to enforce there. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. Actually, there's some stuff. I think another
crazy to complain about or crazy to implement.
No, to implement. Like, not crazy, but it's weird. Like, there's a couple weird intricacies of it. Like the 8-second batter thing, I think is kind of bizarre. I don't know why it's like. Why is it 8?
Why is it 8 seconds?
It's like
so random.
That's a weird. It's
not arbitrary. Oh, it is arbitrary. Excuse me. It is arbitrary.
Yeah, no, I was like, it seems like it is. I thought Fitz was going to come in with some exciting.
I thought he had news that we weren't aware of.
No, like that's kind of strange, and and the tossing your last warm up pitch 30 seconds before, but that's like I don't know. I feel like
there are
there's
like
everything
some of those
that
little
every
things,
violation
seem over the top.
Yeah, every violation should only be able to get penalized like if the clock hits 0, because like that's you're like, oh, I get it. Like it's weird to get a penalty when the clock still has 8 seconds.
Should play the Tim Allen noise once the clock hits 0.
Also, this is a serious complaint about the pitch clock. Walk-up music sucks now. It sucks.
Too quick?
It's fast.
You get like 5 seconds of a song.
That's tough.
Not even, maybe. It's really short. Like, I was joking. I was saying, like, it's basically a walk-up sound effect now. It's not, you don't get a song.
If you had 5 seconds of any song to play as your walk-up, what would it be? Just, ow! Or just do like,
Steven
my
Tyler.
anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. That's it. That's all that plays.
It's really short. It's really, really short. And that did bother me, because walk-up music rocks. dude.
It does.
You know, one of the greatest parts of this beautiful game.
It's very cool.
Duval's walk-up song last night was great. Some Christina.
What was his?
Or Fighter. Christina Aguilera.
Oh, fucking
Yeah,
Really
who
gets
had
you
Pretty
going.
Girl Rock?
Really gets you go.
Pretty
Or was
Girl
that just
Rock
on-
is one of the.
Was that just
Or
over
was
the
it
speakers?
Stars? Nah. Pretty Girl
That,
Rock. What a song.
that
I haven't
was
thought of
Connor
song in
Wong.
years.
That was Connor Wong.
Can you confirm?
Because Casas had Me and You by
Do the pretty
Casey?
girl rock.
Fighter's
the
a
Red
great
Sox
song by
walk-up
Christina.
music
I would go with
playlist is
Dirty,
not,
personally. That's what I would do.
It's not
but,
open yet.
You know.
That's
I don't feel like they've updated that in years. It used to be
No,
really
I think it was
helpful.
there last year. I think they had it last year.
Benny's
Like Turner
is- I mean,
changed his. Turner didn't play Boston last night.
What did Turner play?
I'm trying to remember. Maybe like Fleetwood Mac, something like that.
No.
I mean, I'm always down for
Arroyo's
some
Fleetwood
Fleetwood
Mac. Arroyo's
Oh,
Fleetwood Mac.
okay, that's right.
What song?
We gotta
what
go
song
there with
by
like
them?
a notepad and Shazam next game.
Instead of keeping score, we just write down the
Yeah,
walk-up
you just
songs.
record the
What Fleetwood Mac song did Arroyo use?
the chain.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Did
that's
Bobby
all fucking-
Dahlbeck? Didn't Bobby use the chain?
Yeah, he
He
did, and
was
then
a Fleetwood Mac
was
guy,
Soul
too.
Kitchen by fucking The Doors
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Bobby
correct.
Dadrock.
But
You know,
he did have some bangers.
his dad's like a record executive or something like that, isn't it? And that's kind of like how he's
Really?
like gone into old rock. I think so. I thought I read that somewhere.
Nepo baby.
Right, yeah. His dad's Wikipedia name is Blue. It redirects the stuff. All right, we got more stuff to go in here. We got a lot more here on this opening weekend review episode of Pod on Lansdowne. But first, got to pay the bills. Ad time. 41 to 30. Pearl Jam.
We need a song like that.
I don't want to get fucking
That's
sued,
a great
man.
song.
You gotta
Simmons' song is great that he uses.
Yeah.
What is it? Yellow.
Yellow Ledbetter.
Yeah, Yellow that opening riff is so good.
Yeah, that riff is great. No idea what
Maybe
he's
so we
saying.
don't get sued, the three of us could just like sing. That could be our intro music. We'll just get like a booth.
We redo
What would we do?
Hippocampus Baseball. Like, we just did like an
Yeah,
acapella.
well,
like,
that's just that
that
Well,
bummed me out
what's your
when we
guys'
couldn't use that.
favorite song ever? Do you have a favorite song ever all
Day in
time?
the Life by the Beatles.
Ever?
Okay.
I'm a huge
Nah,
Beatles head. So.
I won't lock myself down to one song. I love too many.
I'm
Sorry.
kind of the same.
I'm afraid of commitment.
You're like Trump talking about his favorite book of the Bible. I would say
I would say equal. And it's very personal. It's very personal.
Would you like to get? No, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Fitz, do you have a playlist for the big day? Have you consulted?
Buddy, we have multiple
Oh, okay.
playlists for the big day.
Well,
so
like
far.
like the big ones, like the first dance and shit.
Oh, we have a
is
first
that a
dance
secret?
song. Yep, we have.
Can people not know that? That's probably a secret, right?
We've told some people.
Oh. Well, don't tell
It's
me.
Love is
just
a verb.
organ music.
Oh, you don't
from
want to. You
Fenway.
don't want to know.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
just
sure if
said
even
it!
Know it. I did. What did I say?
Love is a verb.
Oh fuck! I did say that, didn't I? Yeah.
It should
I
be
thought I
Yellow
self-covered.
Ledbetter. People are like, what the fuck is this?
Liam, what would your first dance be for marriage?
Oh God.
I
don't know, I'd have to think about
it.
Mine and the roommate would be "Oh Girl" by the Chi-Lites. It's a beautiful
There you
song.
go.
Do I know that
Nice.
one? Sing it for me.
No.
Singing like Eddie Vedder. Eddie,
I'll have to look it up after.
Yeah, it's a good song now.
just thinking about this is all getting cut out too because I haven't like put it back in. But maybe we make this B-roll at the end of the episode. Ooh,
Oh,
That
you're
would
cutting
be
this
funny.
out?
So we should
This is
start
good.
doing bloopers.
I'll stick. You know what? I'll stick it at the end of the episode. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Little surprise.
All right.
Little special
Yeah,
treat.
little
Send us
Easter
back
egg.
in, Fitz. Send us
Hold on
back
one
in.
second. Stick wedding song talk at around 43 minutes at end as B roll. All right. Starting back up in like 10 seconds. 45, 10. Zoom episode at 45, 10. Okay, cool. So like 5 seconds. I'm just pulling up there. And we're back. You stuck with us. Thanks for sticking around with us. And thanks for listening to another episode of Pod on Landstown. We've got more stuff to go into. If you're new to the show, if you're new, even if you're returning and you haven't done so already, which what the hell are you doing if you haven't done this? Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at Pod on Landstown. That'd be a great help. Another great help. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars, right, Jake? 5 stars, 5 thumbs up, whatever your podcast
whatever.
platform
I don't
does.
even.
I said just do it up.
I think. Everything.
That would be a big help and
shower
greatly
us.
appreciated.
Shower us with love, please.
You see Liam walking away from the screen to so-called blow his nose here. Now he's back. There he is.
Little runny nose.
Yeah. Still that time of the year.
Well
Still,
done.
allergies
Yeah,
creeping up. I'm sure for people.
allergies. Terrible. My sinuses, man. I wish I'd just take them out.
My milady is
shave,
kind of
you're
been
done
kicked now. It finally, took the antibiotics, and now I'm smooth sailing myself for the most part. And we are also, a reminder, now part of the Fans First Sports Network. All right, Daddy Vox kicked us off. We started joining Fans First Sports Network at
We got
Fans
canceled.
First SN on Twitter. Yes, yeah. This is the podcast network for real patriots is what we're talking about here. Fans First Sports Network.
Real dark Brandon acolytes.
That's right. Yes. Just they're tweeting out the pictures of Trump giving the fist earlier today. So again, on Twitter, that's at Fans First SN, Fans First SN, Fans First SN. Follow. We appreciate all your support over the last year or so that we've been doing this. We've been doing this for over a year.
Over the years, we've been doing it for decades.
Over the year, the singular year. But but seriously, very much appreciate it. The light show at Fenway Park, the new LED lights. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, they've experienced
Are you asking us?
it.
Yes,
we were
sir.
there. Yeah.
I have yet to go to Fenway Park yet. My first game of the year will be with you gentlemen
So-
in about a week and a half worth of time.
Liam, lay it out.
I'll
Let's
put
talk
it
about
out
it.
this way. On Saturday, it was amazing. 1, because we had no idea it was coming. 2, because the ending of that game was so insane anyway.
Yeah, they could have cut the lights and killed one member of the audience, and it still would have been awesome.
Saturday was awesome. Then when Jake and I were there Monday night and they had the 3 home runs in the first inning, I don't need it for solo home runs. I don't need it for every home run. Just if they did it for every walk off, that would be cool.
Pivotal moments.
Maybe a grand
exactly.
salam or something.
Yeah, something like that. Something
like big
Pivotal
Rocky's
go-ahead home
solo
run
shot
in the 8th inning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
There's
It's a lot.
got to be some more.
It's a lot for a solo shot in the bottom of the first.
They're down 10-0, and Devers just hits a consolation home run.
I pray they
I
don't
don't need
do
it.
for that.
I don't need it then. I don't need it then.
You got to justify the
but
cost,
Saturday-
though. Got to put it to use.
That's true. But no, Saturday was amazing. I think I blacked out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When the ball
That really was crazy.
I lost my voice.
Yeah,
But Monday night I didn't. It was excessive. That's probably
And
why
I
think
saw
only
the
ended up
clips
scoring
after the
5
fact.
runs.
I saw the clips. It definitely does look like shit on television for sure.
Weird. Little weird.
Yeah,
but
it's
again,
not good.
Everyone
But it
has
is
said it
cool,
looks so much
though.
better in person.
It's
You
it's
gotta-
like the
gotta see it in
natural
person.
in person. It's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything moves in slow motion. I will say, if you
It
listen
felt
to-
like I felt like it because it spins. It's got this
yeah.
like it's not like a strobe light, but part of it is because it's
Yeah.
it moves. So it's like this kind of I don't know. It's that Duval walk off that.
All
that
you're
was
missing are
That
the
was
sparks
special.
coming out of the lights. You know what I
That
mean?
was special.
Yeah.
I
I
will
do think
say,
that's one of the best games I've ever been to. I don't know about
too.
you, Jake, but that was something else.
I will say, if you listen to last week's episode, I mentioned that I think the Mass Mutual scoreboard looks like shit. And for the most part, I still maintain that opinion. However, I did notice
I did a 180.
Yeah, it's
I
it's
did.
cool
I
now.
did the no. It's still boring.
No, you're wrong. Fitz, in person, it's fucking awesome.
No,
It's pretty cool.
The tea has been spilled. Thirsty Mayo ass. The cool thing with the logo, the M, like the 5-dot logo being the balls and strikes counter.
Yeah,
That's pretty
it
cool.
rules.
I will give him that.
A stroke of genius.
That was a very good idea.
The marketing dude that thought of that should be. I hope he was he or she
Saved their ass.
Well, yeah,
or they
the marketing
was
person,
compensated handsomely.
right? Exactly. Yeah, respect the pronouns, 100%. But that marketing person should get a raise for doing something cool with such a bullshit logo. In actuality, in practice, it's such a bleh logo. It stinks.
We're getting back into branding on Lansdowne territory.
Yeah, Arial font and 5 dots. That's lazy. A third grader could have thought of something better. But it is cool that has become the another balls and strikes counter. I think that's a nice little touch.
It's great.
So
It looks good too.
Reminds
like
me
lit
of
up.
it's
I'll see you next
similar
Friday.
at Camden Yards before they got rid of my beloved
the sun
signage above the center field board.
Mm-hmm.
The H and the E in the would light up to if there was like a controversial play. Once the scorer had made the decision, he would light up either the H or the E, which was cool to let you know.
It's a nice little touch.
That's great.
Right?
That's great. We should do that for Oh, there's no H.
The bell, the Citizens Bank bell in Philly, like whenever there's a home run, that going back and forth.
Yeah, like
that's a cool touch.
That goes back and forth.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that New Balance and Bank of America don't have an H because you can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? That's tough. You guys want to go into a voicemail? Fun voicemail we got recently?
I'd love to.
Let's do it.
I'd love to.
Let's dive into a voicemail. Not a full voicemail episode, but we did get a call here. And anytime you send us a call to our voicemail line, which is, do either of you have it memorized? I'm testing you here. Don't look, Jake. Don't look.
617-420.
He's got
That's
those
all I
bars
got.
right. 2431. 617-420. The 420 is easy enough to remember because, meme number, weed, blaze it. 617-420-2431. Again, 617-420-2431. Call us throughout the year. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to complain about my voice, which I would understand, give us a buzz and we'll bring it up on the show. Here's the voicemail that we got recently, and it's a good one because it's a nice little trip down memory lane in Red Sox internet lore. 5228. Cut audio. So I'm just making notes of this, fellas. Bad. So I can edit things properly.
Jake, I already have Santi hitting me up again. I think he's going tonight.
I can't go tonight.
I was looking at ticket prices all day. They were as low as $11 this morning.
That's pretty good.
So I was tempted.
Yeesh.
I don't know. Depending on when we get off, maybe I'll call an audible, but we'll see.
So,
I don't know if it's in the cards tonight.
So, great question. Fantastic piece of literature we're talking about here, folks. Here, pulling it up here. This is from July of 2006, A Day in the Life of Doug Mirabelli. If you haven't read it already, you must. I haven't read it all the way through, again, in due time. I'm sure some of the humor has not aged well whatsoever. I gotta imagine. But anytime someone on Twitter
it's a product of its time.
Bush was in office, the Iraq War was going on. It was right after
Yeah.
Katrina. It was a different time, Not that it makes it better, of course, if there's anything that hasn't aged well whatsoever.
Liberal use of the P word in here.
Yeah. And it's not so thinly veiled,
Misogyny.
Yeah, misogyny, homophobia, you name it. But there are some gold nuggets in here. Whenever someone mentions Dougie's going deep tonight on Twitter, I look at that person, I'm like, you know what? You've been around for a while. You know ball. You're one of us. All right.
I'm fascinated by this because I was 7, but somehow I knew about this. I don't know where this. I don't know how I saw this or what. But I knew about it.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know.
I haven't read the whole thing in a long while. Did you guys have any specific? I like how they bleep out the p words here. You know what I mean? Like they'll throw it in there, but they're gonna censor it. Any notable bits that jump out to either of you in Dougie's Going Deep Tonight? Day in the life of Doug Mirabelli.
Yeah, so the pregame stuff is really what speaks to me.
Yeah, that's
at
I mean that's
approximately
that's the best part.
5:30 to 7:10. Dougie
that's the real
hits
meat
22.
potatoes.
Dougie hits 22 pitches over the wall, 11 fair, 11 foul, all pulled. He missed 15 pitches.
My favorites are 11:45. It's a 2-1 here. After no stretching steps into the cage, ignores the 5 bunt standard procedure. That's at 11:45. Later at 5:30, Dougie takes batting practice again, refuses to bunt. He's not playing Pepper with this whatsoever, folks. Oh, man. 7:10, scoreless first.
I
Dougie
forgot
tells
that he goes
Francona
to
it must be the
Kowloon.
catching. Yeah, the pooper platter at Kowloon.
Oh, gosh.
6:05, Dougie demands to back cleanup. 6:25, announces that Dougie is going deep tonight.
Remember when people used to pass around emails? That's crazy.
Yeah, just for like an email chain.
You just be like, hey, this is a funny thing I saw on the internet. Here's an email of it.
And like you obviously got it from someone you know, but the person they got it from yet, like it's like their fucking boss that you have no idea who they are. Like,
Yeah.
Someone sends me an email chain in the year of our Lord 2023. Has to be an instant block, I think. I think that's fair. Like, come on, grow up and send me a text or something like that. Send a screenshot. Grow up.
6:30. Dinner arrives. 2 steaks from the Capitol Grill. Dougie pours steak juice into Nomar's locker. Makes Derek Lowe eat the fat. Well, you know what's interesting is this says. So this is from July 06. Oh, but it was from back in 04. Okay, because it even I'm an ass. It even says this in the beginning, like there's references to Nomar. In it. I was gonna say I'm curious.
I missed it. To be fair, I completely missed it.
I like 7:25. Dougie tells fans in the on deck circle he is going deep.
And the more and more they reference it, the funnier it gets.
8:16 fans boo Dougie.
8:17, Dougie tells family of 4 to fuck off and steal some kid's hot dog on the way to the dugout. This one's good. Where is it? I love 10:37. 10:37 goes through a 10-minute handshake with his boy Tim Wakefield.
Oh gosh.
Man. God, you want to talk about like does he know the meme Joker? Does he know? Does he know what he was cooking in his mind? 12:55 at night after the game, pulls out bucket of KFC and gets ready for the movie.
Hey, let's not slander Doug. He wasn't on that team. Give him a break. Give him a break.
I'm just saying, you know, there's what's that meme like? The blessing of prophecy or something like that, like the dodgeball.
Yeah. Dougie, 2 rings for Doug. Gosh,
good
what
for
a career.
him. I like to imagine. I mean, I'm sure Doug Mirabelli's a fine enough of a guy. Watch, he's just like a saint, and everyone just knows him as the Dougie's Going Deep Tonight guy and the guy.
Yeah,
who's,
it's like this. Oh, speaking of slobs, speaking of fat slobs,
God.
last night Wally the Green Monster looked like a fat slob. He had an undone jersey with like a gray tee on under it. It was fucking awful. That's no way to present
man.
yourself.
Come on.
Yeah, no, I was like, no, he
was
cannot
bad.
look like that. And meanwhile, Tessie, his
especially when your
loving
wife,
sister
Tessie,
wife,
right?
yeah, his loving sister wife Tessie had a bedazzled jersey.
She dressed to the nines.
She looked like a queen. Yeah, her hair was done magnificently.
Wally's
You don't
really
deserve that
so
queen,
bad.
Wally. If that's how you're going to present yourself, if that's how you're going to respect your dearly beloved when she pulls out all the stops.
The gut was out for Wally.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
out big
yeah, and he
time.
has a gut too. And
It was like a
I-
Sunday on the couch type.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised there wasn't like barbecue sauce all over him. I mean, it was gross. He looked
Like
gross.
mustard down the front of his shirt.
Yeah, it was really. I don't know why they had him done up like that. It's not attractive.
Was he making the Brendan Fraser whale still face, like looking off to the side?
He had the smile on his face, but I know deep down he didn't feel good that night. He didn't feel good last night.
Man, that fucking picture.
Kids running up to him, and he's got his fat gut out. It was awful.
Yeah, beer belly. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wally,
It was a long
Wally
off
the
season
whale.
for Wally.
But I'll tell you what,
Wally-
Wally changes his shoes now once in a while. He had bean
That's
boots
true.
on Saturday.
Bean boots. Why was he
Yeah.
wearing boots? It was like
It was
50
raining.
degrees.
It was raining earlier in the day.
Oh, it was raining. Okay, that's right. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Then he tossed it on the New Balances on a dry night. So
I was gonna say, yeah, he's a
Wally
New
has
Balance.
Wally
player
has
now.
parents that have like seldom made appearances, right?
yeah, I don't know what their
Yeah,
names are.
yeah. His dad went out for a pack of cigarettes once and came up. But then when Wally got famous, he wanted to try to get back into his life. You know what I mean? Wally thought it was about the money, but they've
Their
since
names are
reconciled.
Walter and Wanda. If anybody was curious,
Oh, great!
Please, Walter was my father.
well, here they are. I'll send them to you guys.
And is
They're
there
real.
a Mrs. Green Monster, Walter?
They're real, and I love them. Oh, they were at Winter Weekend. I was at Winter Weekend. We should have linked.
No, that's them. Jake just sent a
Oh
picture.
my
of
God! Look at that mustache.
them, right?
Yeah.
I like how Wanda still has eye black on, even though she's looking like she's going to church.
I like that his parents look alike, like the Van Houtens on The Simpsons. Like, maybe it is incestual. We've been joking all this time, but his parents look exactly alike.
Walter the Green Monster singing "Can I Borrow a Feeling?"
It's not the Habsburg jaw anymore. It's the Green Monster jaw.
We got a guy soy facing in the background of this picture, by the way, right in between
saw that.
Walter and Wanda.
Yeah, we do. What year is that from?
This feels
Yeah, we
like a
gotta get those-
2014. move.
2015. Gosh.
No, it was close.
We gotta get him to a game. We gotta get him to a game.
Who? Walter
And Wanda.
and Wanda. Yeah, don't count Wanda out.
I bet they
Walter
bring him
Pro-
out for like Father's Day and Mother's Day.
Yeah. Well, Walter broke
gotta
his hip
talk-
over
we
the
gotta
offseason,
talk
so it's
to
going to be tough
somebody.
for him to get there, you know? Ever since the
Maybe
fall,
they're dead.
you know?
I mean, that's almost 10 years ago. They could have passed.
Just jumping right to that. Just jumping right
I'm
to
just
it.
saying, it's been almost 10 years since a sighting of Wanda and Walter.
I wonder if there's
We
any
need
more
lefty and
lore.
righty back first, though.
Yeah, do you got...
And centricity.
Imagine like we plan a heist to get the lefty righty Wanda and Walter costumes out of Fenway, like the town or something.
Like those guys who stole the division banner, but
Yeah, but much. No, I thought. Wait, they
Much
stole
darker.
it.
yeah, what's
I thought it just like I thought they just found it.
I thought
it
it
fell
like
off a
literally
truck or
did
something,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, that was
well,
the
usually
story.
that's a pseudonym for stealing. But I actually thought it fell off a truck. Like I thought it literally did because they returned it. Why would they if they? You
Right.
know?
No, I think they tried to like hold it ransom. Did they try to? Apologies if they didn't. But wasn't that a thing where they're like, why don't you give us some season tickets and maybe we'll give you?
No, they have
your,
more
different-
class than that fucking
It'd
family on
be
the
a real
monster
shame
last
if
night.
something were to happen to this banner. You know, if we didn't.
I
end
wasn't.
up
I
with,
was at the game, so I didn't see it. But I guess Nesson showed the family like a lot last night,
Yeah.
which is kind of fucked up. But also, they deserve it. So
Gotta dox them. Wally's pulling their IP right now.
Pull their IPs. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Cranston, Rhode Island. It says it right here. Cranston, Rhode Island. I don't think they're from Cranston, Rhode Island. I apologies if they actually
it'd
are
be, it'd be
from Cranston.
fucking crazy if they were,
That would be
though.
fucking snipe, right? You know that's almost impressive at that point. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Don't worry. The Massa militia they will be brought to justice.
Swiftly. They will be
the
dealt
Massa
with.
Hive. Do we want to talk about Fenway Corners?
I was just doing some research today, sitting in class, paying for my degree, my parents' money going to my degree, and
As one does.
instead I was on Boston planning and development, and I was just looking at the project for Fenway Corners. I'll tell you what, it looks beautiful. I hope they get cooking on it soon. It's kind of a
A
hard
lot,
thing
lot
to
of like
talk about
apartments and like
visuals.
in shops.
It's hard
around,
to describe, but like the rendering.
Yeah, but it looks great. I mean,
They're yassifying
pedestrianizing
the area. Yeah.
Well, they're a little bit, but also like Brookline Ave. There's like no storefronts, like that whole street, up until you get like down. I mean, it's
housing
not.
is nice
which
to
is
have,
yeah.
even if
It
it's
just
going
looks
to be
really nice.
expensive as fuck. You know what I mean? If it's not affordable housing.
Yeah, and I think
affordable condos.
pedestrianizing Jersey Street is awesome. That's so great, and it should have been done a long time ago. And they're gonna make Arthur's Way a cute little thing you can walk down, which is also cool. And
I just hope it's not like. I hope they don't fucking yassify like Bullpen Bar and make it into a Trader Joe's before. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that.
well, I think
before a game.
it's still part of the. Well, I don't know if it's part of the. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, right? I don't want to go to a gin distillery before a baseball game. I just want to have like a cheap beer and some chicken fingers and fries, man. You know, like I don't want to go to a Soul
understand,
Cycle.
Fitz.
Yeah,
I don't want to go to
all the yuppies.
Hey, you guys want to go to Orange Theory before this
Nimby
fucking playoff
Mopena,
game?
back at it again.
That's what
There
that's
he
what they call
goes.
them.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. You know what? We lost Tavern a couple years ago. I don't need to lose Bullpen now. I don't know if my heart can handle that.
Tavern's a great loss. And
A massive loss.
those
It's
buildings
crazy
up
that
there are
Bullpen
so
doesn't get as
boring
packed as it does. Bullpen is right across the street from the park, literally right across the street from the park. Go in and out. Like I know it's ticketed. Like on a game day, you have to get in. You have to, share your game ticket. But
Are they
I'm
even
surprised more
open on
people
non-game days?
yeah, yep.
Are they?
I've been there many a times on non-game days. But again, it doesn't really get all that crowded. The most crowded I've ever seen it, and it wasn't like packed to the gills. You were still able to get around, but it was still like very crowded. It was before a Yankees playoff game in 18. I went to game 2 of the ALDS. That was packed. But any time like before a concert, not that packed. Before even a big regular season game, not all that crazy. It's a great spot, and it's not like fucking Cask where you're packed in like
You
sardines.
have no room to move.
Cask is overrated. I like the Cask, but
No, I like their food at Cask.
their cask does have good food.
It's good food.
you know what's an underrated little spot that doesn't get enough love on Lansdowne Street? Shout out to the name of the podcast. Shout out to Bill's.
I like
Never been
Bill's
to
Bar.
Bill's. I think Bill's is like the
Little
one on that stretch there. I haven't been inside.
Again, solid enough of
I like
a spot.
Bill's Bar.
Nothing too crazy. Nice little bar.
I like Cheeky Monkey. Real good food there too.
I've not had Cheeky's food.
I haven't eaten there.
Cheeky,
And
you want to talk about it
I
being
like
really
game.
crowded.
I mean that's kind of a like a millennial ass place, but I like the games in there.
yeah,
Ping
if you
pong and
get
stuff.
a table like for pool or for the shuffleboard's very fun. If you get one of those, Cheeky can be a really good time. If you don't get one of those, again, you talk about like if you're claustrophobic, forget about it. It's a massive place, but it does fill out pretty quickly. So you got to be sure to get a ping pong or pool or shuffleboard table when you go there.
I wanted to ask you guys one thing before we kind of, we're pushing an hour here. When you see Xander highlights this week, he just hit a home run while we were recording.
Yep.
Does it move you? I'm not moved, really.
No,
I
I
just
think
kinda
it's
look
the
and I'm
West
just
Coast
like-
thing.
I'm just like good for
No,
him.
but Mookie, I would see those Mookie highlights and I would feel it was like a shotgun to the chest for a while. But Xander, it's like, no.
I think it's
know.
more
I
so.
I don't know why though. I'm not trying to.
I
I,
ju-
don't hate the guy. It's different. It's a
Nah, to
different
me, I'm
feeling.
still like, man, like, fuck, would still love to have him here. Like, I'm still cheering for him, rooting for him, so I'll be like, yeah, good for you, Xander. It just sucks that you're not here.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I think with Mookie, it was more so like you guys could have done it. You just chose not to. Like Xander, the contract the Padres gave him is absurd. So like that, to me that kind of takes like the heartbreak out of the equation because it's like no reasonable person was going to give him that here.
The reaction I had.
AJ Feller's not a reasonable man.
He's not a serious person.
I love you, but you're not a serious person. He fucking rails
Did
a
you
line
see-
of cocaine.
Did you
before
guys see
making all
that
these
MLB
decisions.
Network graphic where it like laid out all their contracts like through the
Yeah, that's gonna.
And
I mean,
their
that's what
ages.
you got to do, but that's gonna be real grim in like 6-7
it was
years.
like
They win
Xander
one ring and it's worth
41,
it.
Manny 41.
Yeah, I mean,
Yu
listen, I don't
Darvish,
know what the
42.
Padres are gonna be like this year, but but I don't think that's a pitching staff that's winning World Series. I'm sorry.
It's not this stellar rotation, but if the pieces fall the right way, it's a pretty damn good staff. I mean, if Musgrove's
It's
Musgrove
really
gets
not
back
though.
to
That's what I'm
being
saying.
healthy-
They need
Joe
to,
Musgrove's
be-
really good.
sure, and then after that,
If Darvish ends up, getting back into his
I
form,
mean,
if he
Musgrove, Darvish, and
picks up where he left
Snell.
off.
Snell is not good. Snell is a slightly above league average pitcher, literally every year outside of his Cy Young year. Literally, like if you go to his baseball reference,
modern day Rick Porcello.
I'm not saying it's an elite
No, he's
rotation,
worse.
but if Snell's your 3 guy, that's pretty good. If he's on, he could be completely off.
Yeah.
Like Snell has his fucking blow up games. Martinez could be solid.
Good.
Seth Lugo actually had a good start for them.
What did Tampa get for Snell? They get good shit. 'Cause that's
They
kind of fleet.
got who's the catcher there? Mejia,
They got Mejia, Luis Patino,
Patino. Yep.
Cole Wilcox in the minors, and Blake Hunt in the minors.
I know. Yeah. I forgot Patino was in that deal. I know Mejia and Patino were the.
Oh,
2 big
Snell's a
ones.
free agent after this year. Not
Your opening day
interesting.
started for the Red Sox next year.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Heim's going to jump all over that. Former Ray.
Don't worry, the Padres will
God,
extend him for 11
yeah,
years tomorrow.
$500 million, right? Liam, you're speaking
Yeah.
into existence with that, man. So,
Yep.
or do we want to
What'd you
wrap
say?
there? Or do we? I said Liam speaking it into existence.
Yeah, I didn't hear what Liam said.
I said he's a total Heim guy. Tampa Bay Rays. He's all over it.
He's not good.
I'm just saying. Heim loves his former Rays.
Yeah, he does.
Loyalty. He values it.
God bless him.
God bless him. All right, do we want to wrap here, or do we want to get into old ballpark talk? Are you itching to get into that?
Oh,
I feel like we could
I
save
could
that.
go.
That's pretty evergreen.
Yeah, let's say that till a dry day.
Let's put it on the shelf. We'll talk about the Baker Bowl in Shy Park and things of that nature. At a later date.
Crossley.
Crossley, yep. What was the Palace of the Fans? Is the other one in
Palace of
Cincinnati?
the Fans. Sweet name.
Fucking
Braves Field.
unbelievable name. Bring that back.
Return.
Don't
Palace of
rename
Fans.
Fenway,
Goes
but if
hard.
you had to
Return.
absolutely return with a V, yeah, return.
Palace of the Fens. Ooh.
Palace of the
No,
Fens. Yeah, I was gonna say don't rename Fenway Park, but gun to my head, if you had to rename Fenway Park, naming it Palace of the Fans is not the worst alternative you could think of. Better than Mass Mutual Field or some bullshit like that.
I think the only thing that does give me some solace, I don't know the way things in this country work. Fenway might get renamed at some point, but I feel like even if it does, it would probably be like Fenway Park at some.
Or yeah,
it'd be
Dunkin'
one of
Donuts
those.
Stadium at Fenway Park.
Yeah, or the
Probably.
Yeah, like
I think
some,
I
like,
think
I
they
think it would-
think they'd sell the naming rights to the field. That's
Yeah.
it. It'd be like
Mass Mutual Field
David
at Fenway Park.
yeah.
exactly.
Like where the A's plays it, it's Ricky Henderson Field at whoever the fucking sponsor is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wayfair Field at Fenway Park.
Whoop Field.
there it is.
Fun fact:
You
I
walk
have
in every time
a,
you go, hey, there it is. Soy face.
I have a job interview with him later this week. Fun fact.
Really?
Oh,
With the Whoop, yeah. So
whoop,
Big
whoop.
time.
I don't think my boss.
Look at you go.
I don't think my boss listens to this. So I
That'd
should be okay mentioning
No,
that.
I hope not.
I was gonna say, do you
Their
know about
offices
that?
overlook Fenway. It's kind of sweet. I looked at their website earlier.
Cut Liam.
But hey.
Whoop thing at
Oh, you don't need to cut that.
15 question. Okay, just wanted to double check. I'm just looking out for you, man.
Nah, leave it in there. Let them know.
I've protected Jake by cutting out the slurs he said during the. He's joking. That's a joke.
Whoa.
Liam. Or Jake hasn't said.
Whoa.
Oh, Jake hasn't said any slurs. That was a joke.
Fitz, edit that out too.
The-
Fitz finally has to edit himself out. Very embarrassing.
Cut me falsely claiming that Jake has said slurs on pod.
Cut the slander. Thank you very much.
Brings me to court. Symbolic fee. Symbolic charges of $1. He just wants to prove a
$1.
point. Jake Paltrow.
Yeah.
Longer.
Guys, what do we think next week? What's our record when we come back?
Yeah, let's take a quick look before we sign off. Obviously, we have to finish up this Pirate series. We play, was it Detroit?
Yeah, 3. So when we record next, we'll have 2 Pirates games, 3 Tigers games, and a Tampa game.
Pirates and Tigers and Rays, oh my. Pirates and Tigers and Rays,
I'm going to say...
Dude, the Tigers are dog shit, man. That's encouraging.
They might sweep. I'm going to say
stink.
5-1. Thank you.
I'm going to go... We record next Tuesday, so we've got... We'll count the game tonight, Tuesday. We'll look really good and really dumb when this episode drops. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 games until we record next Tuesday night.
Yeah, 5-1.
4-2. I'll go 4-2.
Yeah, I'm taking 4-2.
Optimistic. I'll say.
I think we win today. I think we win 5 in a row and then lose to the Rays.
That'd be very nice, though.
I think Sale and Kluber are going to have good starts. They had nice flashes in there. You don't strike out 7 guys on accident like Chris Sale. And there was some nice sequencing in there from Kluber. Obviously, again, that's like, you put. I wrote it in the Week in Review blog for Over the Monster. I said, you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. But at least there was something positive to take away from those starts. And hopefully they can build on that. And like you said, Jake, bounce back. Especially if it's against Detroit. Because, again, like I know these are professional baseball players. I get it. It's a bad fucking baseball team. They are not. Yeah,
they are
they
not.
Suck. It's
serious.
It's bad
people.
news. It's bad news over there in Motor City.
Yeah, the Motor City Kitties. So, all right. Do we want to put a pin in it?
Yeah, let's put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Consider the pin in. So for Liam, for Jake, I'm Fitz. You have been you. Thanks so much again for tuning into Pod on Lansdowne. We appreciate you joining us for this week's episode. Again, first of the new year. The year is still young, my friends. Hope is still springing eternal. It's going to be a fun year, I think. Whether or not this results in a deep playoff run, we'll see. But it'll be fun chatting with you. So until next time, until next week, go Sox, obey your mother.
Obey your mother.
Obey your mother.